want to set up a mat area on the floor. Firm surface is best. This exercise is to strengthen some of the muscles around the shoulder blades, the middle of the back. Really good for training the posterior chain, because we're going to be using the glutes and the hamstrings to also assist with a little bit of movement. Really good if you're struggling with sort of a forward posture, you feel that you get some pain between these muscles, or maybe you're sort of struggling to lift things above your head. So very basic shoulder mechanic movement. So I've done this with a few objects to help with my movement, just adds in a little challenge. You can do it without. So this exercise, we're going to work around as if the floor is a clock face, and we're going to work with the breathing. So you want to have your forehead resting onto the floor to start with. If this is uncomfortable, you can rest on your chin, but your forehead is best, as this keeps the neck relaxed and long, and you don't want to feel too much tension through the traps here. So you don't want to have your shoulders up by your ears, you want to have a nice gap there. And the way that we do this working with the breathing is you take an inhale as you lift up and an exhale as you go down. So starting from the beginning, we're going to use the glutes, so squeeze the glutes together to help lift up, bring the arms out and down, and always rest back on the floor and start again. Lift up and down. Now, by having things of different heights, it does help, adds in a bit of challenge. Really good for getting the shoulders moving, really warming up some of the smaller muscles without putting too much load. I do prefer patients to try doing this with both arms at the same time. And we're going to repeat this quite a few times, working around the clock face. And it's quite a nice exercise to start really familiarising yourself with your shoulder movements. So as you lift up, you maybe want to try and bring the shoulders down, really start to engage through the lats, really feel the glutes working to also help you lift with your movement. It's also really important in all of these positions to try and keep a nice long neck throughout all of this, because as soon as you start punching up, you're just facilitating that rounded posture, and it's not going to be helping with the shoulder stability. Now, to mix things up a little bit, you may want to change your hand position slightly. So we're going to lead with the thumbs, so keep the thumbs pointing outwards and try and keep the fingers together. So this is your first locked position. So again, so squeeze from the glutes, lift up, and just feel how this changes the shoulder movement slightly. You may want to come down one further for this. Feel how it starts to open up through the chest as well. And then again, change the hand position if you can. So pinky is going to be facing up. This may feel a little challenging in terms of movement, mobility. Again, make sure that the shoulders don't shoot up by the ears. You really want to be engaging through those lats to bring the shoulders back and down. So again, to work through with the breathing. And then just relax the arms back down both sides. So for this exercise, you're going to need a very light resistance band. You don't want something that's too thick or heavy. It can move quite easily, just to get accustomed to the action and movement. This exercise is one of my favourites that I recommend to people, and I do myself. It helps with shoulder problems. If you're having some pain with lifting above your head, or you're struggling a little bit with maybe the shoulder stability, or you feel a little sort of weak between the shoulder blades, have maybe some posture problems, this is a really nice exercise to start with. So you want to start in a very good posture, feet about hip width apart, really brace the shoulders back and down, pull in the abdominals, and you want to always look forward. And with your band, you're going to just wrap it around the hand so that your thumb can just touch the side of your index finger. And you want to start with quite a bit of loose band in between you so that you can do the range of movement. You may want to play around with this, but just start to get used to the action first of all. So bring the shoulders back and down, tuck the elbows in by your sides, and you're going to externally rotate your arms out as far as they'll go. And then from here, you're going to push out, trying to keep the shoulders back and down and a nice tall neck, and control the movement back. So this is all about subtle movements, keeping the actions nice and slow, really trying to feel your body. Try and get your left and your right side to move in sync with each other. If you start to experience pain here, you may be using a band that's a little heavy, or possibly this exercise isn't right for you. So I'll just show you a side-on angle. Bracing the shoulders back and down, engaging through the abdominals, nice, tall, strong posture to start with. Focusing the head forward. You keep the elbows tucked in. Bring the arms out to the sides, externally rotate as far as they'll go, and then push out and control the movement back. Don't want to see the band suddenly flip because you've let it go too quickly. Quite a subtle movement. Keep the elbows tucked and push out. And I'll just show you from a back view as well. So again, just set your posture up, shoulders back and down. Really feel the shoulder blades pushing down your body. Keep the elbows tucked in nice and tight to begin with. So bring the hands out and then push outwards, slowly relaxing back. You're going to want to start with maybe 10 repetitions of this, maybe going up to 15 as a maximum. If you're not sure you're doing the movement properly, just slow it down. Still working with taking nice deep breaths. Don't hold your breath for any of the movement. Really try and feel between your shoulder blades squeezing. Maybe start to feel the lats are working. Try not to hunch the shoulders up by your ears. You really want to get a good starting position with this. And maybe go out for a count of 3 and push out for a count of 3 and relax for a count of 3. Back to centre. So push out, 2, 3, push out, 2, 3, back in, 2, 3, 4.